Hi, I'm John, and today we're going to learn how to number a sale properly, a laser sale. So basically you're going to run into three types. There's going to be the standard, the 4.7, and the radial, which I'm going to do today. What you want to do is get yourself a yardstick, a pen. You can use chalk or pencil. I think a pen is best. And a small ruler to measure distances between figures. So first thing we're going to do is make sure we've got all this. So we have this. I'm going to move this out of the way. And the next thing we're going to do is put our sail out, and we're going to put it on the starboard side. Easy way to find that is just look for the sleeve on a laser sail. Put the foot of the sail toward you, the head of the sail up top. It's going to be on your right. We're going to work off of our top batten up here. First thing we're going to do is explain how to measure from the batten. And what you're going to do is, as this diagram shows, is 400 millimeters off the bottom of the batten. Each one of these numbers, kind of a little trick, is 300 millimeters. So you can see right here, 300 millimeters or 30 centimeters. And instead of going 400 millimeters off of here, we're going to go 100 millimeters. And we're going to make three little dots right off the bottom of the batten. And you want to use at least three, not two. And the stitching isn't all exact, perfect, architecturally right angled, so don't worry if you feel like you're off a slight, but you do want to be on. Now we're going to draw a line. Usually these numbers continue past the length of a yardstick, so just go a little further with that. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you're 100 millimeters off the leech. So right here, you're not really sure where it's going to end up. I usually just draw a couple of hash marks, just here and here, just really light ones, so the number doesn't reach into this area where they don't want the numbers. So this is a 5-digit number we're about to do. The first one's going to be red, the last four are going to be black. So I'm going to check my number, and our sale number today is 26464. So we're going to start with a red 2. In this case we're using red and blue. Yep. And we're going to line it up right to that line and check the hash marks not to go over into the 100. We're going to try to get this exactly at 100. And it's not an opti sale, so you're not going to get kicked out for a millimeter off. So don't worry about that. And what we're going to do, this is a little trick that I've kind of learned. And we're going to draw a hash mark from the sail right onto the sail, and you're going to have two little marks. This enables you to just take it away and free it up. First thing we're going to do is just peel away a little bit. And we're going to come back to this hash mark. And we're going to line up the flat part of the 2 with the flat part of that line. And we're just going to roll it right off. Just being careful that creases are flat when you go over them and you're pushing onto seams. And you just want to kind of pull those creases flat, or you'll end up with little air bombs in there. And that can mess up the number's position or actually cause the number to come off. And you want to kind of hit it. It'll stick, but you do want to hit it. Just make sure that's on there. Okay, so that's your basis for starting the rest of the sale number. And now what we're going to do is go 6 millimeters in between numbers. So that's when your smaller ruler is usually easier to use. What we're going to do is we're going to take the top of the number. We're going to go to 6. Put a mark there, and just put a mark down below as well. Second, we're going to line these two hash marks up, and just get a feel for the top of the number because they're not always exact. We're going to do our hash mark like that. Start peeling this back. And you never want to peel the whole number at once unless you're really good. And this is just a lot easier. We'll line this up, put a little bit down, and just make sure that's falling right on those marks, which it is. Now these are a little different. the numbers 6s, 8s, 0s, that type of thing, aren't going to work pushing it off and just rolling it off. These are a little temperamental, and you'll go through a lot less numbers and a lot less wasted numbers if you kind of do this. This is really a tricky one right here. We've got a crease and we've got a 6. So in this case, I'm going to remove this whole thing, and I'm going to try to get it in the crease, just right there. This other one, right in there. And then instead of folding it down, we're going to pull this thing over like this and just let it rest in its spot. And that's going to go on flat. We kind of got lucky there. A lot of the times that might have to get pulled up and redone, but that was a good one. Next number is 4. Now this one's a little different. There isn't really a measurement off the top, so we're going to go with this bottom portion because that's where the 4 is going to mark up. And you always want the furthest distance from the number, well, the closest distance needs to be at least 6. And we're going to do a 6 there. We're going to line our 4 up. Put our hash mark here. So now, as the instructions say, we're going to go 40 centimeters off of the bottom of the starboard ones. And again, we can use that 10 centimeters off of there and work with the top of the numbers. Just a lot easier. So we're going to pick 3 spots at 10 centimeters. And I think I've been confusing my millimeters, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. And we're going to draw another straight line, and this is going to be where we're going to line up our port numbers. And now, as you guessed, we're going to work backwards on these, and we're going to go 10 centimeters off the leech again. Just make sure we don't go over that. And this time we're going to start with a 4, and we're going to go 4, 6, 4, 6, 2 in this case. So this one, line up, make sure it's not closer than 10 centimeters. Actually, they really want it at 10 centimeters, not a minimum of 10 centimeters. Start with our 4, and I'll just go ahead and speed things up a little bit. So that's it. That's all you need to do, and you can go ahead and put your telltales on after. I would just suggest doing the numbers first. And there you have it. You're ready to go. You're ready to compete, and no one will give you any heat for it.